Hey, so who's ready for another honest review? And now we're looking at an honest review of Devil May Cry 4. And I'm gonna be honest, I have not played this game in a while. It's been like a good 3 years. And that is because it sucks. It really does. And it's look, I'm not saying it's all bad. In my opinion, very few games, like not no games, there are games. Very few games are just completely bad, unplayable. Usually, you can find things in it, and yeah, Devil May Cry 4, there's a lot I do like about it. I mean, I don't completely hate it. I bought it twice after all. The PS3 version and the PS4 special edition. So, I mean, I bought it twice, and it kind of bugs me that I don't own the special edition physically because apparently, well, not apparently, they only release the special edition physically in Japan. Like, give me the special edition, dude. I will buy money. Like, you're just, I will buy money. I will spend money on it. Like, you're just, I'll buy it. Anyways, though, but that's more for completion. My biggest problem with DMC4 is look, I play games, okay? I play games for the story, I play games for the plot, I play games for the characters and what's going on and stuff like that. Good gameplay and like fun gameplay mechanics are great and essential, but I'm also an Uncharted fan and like a God of War Ragnarok fan. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to shit talk because like those games are very walk and talk heavy, especially Ragnarok. It's like almost impossible to replay that game because it's just like, it's like the meme where the guy like opens up the fridge and he's like, haha. It's like that. Because it's just like you play it and you're having fun, and then you get to Atreus, and it's just like, oh, Atreus. Anyways, enough about God of War. Devil May Cry 4. Look, it's not terrible. It's the introduction of Nero, and I really like Nero. I liked him when he first came out. Um, I wasn't one of those. He's just a Dante clone people. No, he's not. He's not. He's different. He's angry. Dante doesn't get angry. That's the difference. No, I'm joking. There's more than that, but I'm just not a huge fan of Neo specifically in DMC4. I think they vastly improved him in DMC5, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Not a big fan of Neo in DMC4. Not a big fan of Dante in DMC4. Like, he's pretty directionless. He's like, I get being blasé and carefree, but dude doesn't care at all. Like, he barely, like, I don't know, he feels very, I'm gonna let everything around me just kind of happen and play out. You know what I mean? I don't know. They took the carefree attitude, like, just a little too far. Not very far, just like, 2% too far. But, I don't know. And then don't even fucking get me started on the campaign. Like I said, I play games for story, yes. And you don't need to have the best, gameplay, design, and mechanics in the world for me to like you. As previously stated, like a million times, DMC2 fan, you don't need to be, Sekiro for me to go, okay, this is pretty good, You don't need to do that. Fucking love Sekiro. Seriously, try it out. Even if you don't like Souls games, Sekiro, or Sekiro if you will, but that is the Souls game for people who don't like Souls games, because I'll tell you what, I fucking hate Dark Souls. All Dark Souls is just, hold on. All of Dark Souls is just whoosh, 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 and occasionally you can stab him in the butt. That's all it is. That's all. Every single fight in that entire series can be boiled down to rolling around your opponent and every fight is death by 1,000 cuts. It's not entertaining. It's not fun to play. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun. Is it impressive when people defeat some boss? Yeah, hell yeah, I can't do that. But it's not that I can't do that because I don't have the skill. It's that I can't do that because I don't feel like putting in the effort to get the skill. Like, what's the point? Anyways, Sekiro, it is not rolling. Like, if anything, dodging in that game, like, there is a dodge button, is almost like unincentivized. Like, whatever the opposite of, like, incentivization is, like, de-incentivization, I guess? I don't know. Boy, I'm getting off track. I guess that's kind of a thing because I don't really have a whole lot to say about DMC4 other than I don't like it. But, like, the story is just... Nero is a thing. And I do like this. I do like the story, like cutscenes. The biggest one that comes to mind is the it's sanity, the price to pay for power. I do love DMC4. I want it to be better. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And you want to say DMC2 is an unfinished mess? At least it don't have you playing the same missions twice and fighting the same bosses 3 times in a row. It didn't do a boss rush. Even DMC3, everybody's favorite child and everybody's, godsend of the series, that has a boss rush at the end. Why am I having such trouble talking? It might have something to do with the fact that it's like 1 in the morning, but, that being said, DMC4, Nero's missions, everyone knows this, but I'm going to say it anyways. All of Nero's missions are him going from Fortuna to the woods to the castle. Dante's missions are him going from the castle to the woods to Fortuna and fighting all the same bosses along the way, all the exact same missions along the way. Again, I'm never going to shut up about it. DMC2, you had a whole other campaign. Lucia did her own things. She had her own missions. The missions that she did share with Dante, she went in a different order and went into different areas of said missions. They fucking tried. They tried. And then DMC3 came along and they slacked off and everybody loved it. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the time, that's all they need to do because that's the only thing. DMC3 set the precedent, and now DMC4, all of the, it's the exact same. It's the exact same. Yeah, it is. It is. Another thing is, it gets even worse in the special edition because then you have, like, Lady and Trish and then Virgil. And Lady and Trish, then they at least, you play as Lady the first half of the game, and then you switch over to Trish the second half. And that's pretty cool. And, whatever, but it's still the same mission, still the same problems. But if you play Virgil, if your dumbass makes some unintelligent decision, like to play as Virgil in DMC4 campaign, what are you doing? Why are you doing that to yourself? You have to play all of it as one character, and there's no setup, no different cutscenes or interactions. That's the other thing. It's like DMC2, she had like interactions and stuff like that and different cutscenes, and it wasn't like huge things, but at least they were there. DMC3, DMC4, and DMC5, all you get is one little special cutscene at the beginning, and if you're lucky, a cutscene at the end. You don't even get an end cutscene at the end of DMC3 if you play as Virgil. You get a beginning one, sure, but there's nothing if you beat the game as Virgil. What is that all about, dude? Like, I'm just wasting my time. What is the point? You tell me. Like, besides, just like, oh, I enjoy the game. You tell me the point of, like, going through the different difficulties or whatever as Virgil and beating the game as Virgil. The second you hit start and finish the first cutscene and load into the first mission, you've seen every single new thing there is. You have seen it all. And it's the exact same situation with DMC4 Special Edition. As soon as you see that new cutscene, you've seen everything there is. There is the special cutscene at the end, yes. That is a marginal improvement. I guess I have to give credit where credit's due, you know. They crossed the foot-high hurdle of adding a second, 2-minute cutscene at the end. Yeah, sure, it is there. But I'm not playing the whole fucking game to do it. You know what I did? You want to know what I did? Okay. Okay, so that's how it ends. That's what I did. I looked it up on YouTube because you're not getting me to do that. And speaking on Dark Souls and stuff like that, I said, like, yes, it's impressive, but I'm not going to put in the time to get the skill because I don't care. It's the same with, like, DMC4. DMC4 is the most complex in the series and has the most mechanics in the series and has, like, what do they call it? Royal Guard momentum flying or whatever, I don't know. And you see, like, the craziest fucking videos of, like, combat, like, Bloody Palace combo tutorials and Bloody Palace, like, combo, like videos and stuff like that. And that shit is crazy. Like, I see the shit they pull off, and I'm like, whoo, I can't even do half of that, But you know why I can't do half of that? Cause why would I? Why do I care? Why do I care when the turd around it is so turdy? Why bother? Why care? I'm not going to put in specifically DMC4. I'm not going to put in the effort to get good at that one in particular because it has nothing around it. Like, yeah, sure, the nougat in the middle, like, I'm gonna get away from the turd analogy. I'm gonna say cookie analogy, okay? The cookie, if, like, the little center in the cookie is, like, good and, like, perfectly cooked and chewy, but the cookie's, like, this big because it's one of those, like, big cookies that you get from, like, stores and stuff like that, and the cookie around the dime-sized good center is, like, fucking raw, and undercooked and gives you salmonella. I'm not eating that fucking cookie over and over, I tried it once. I did it once. I've never even beat DMC4 as Virgil or Trish and Lady. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. I've started. I think the highest I got with Virgil was, like, the mission where you're fighting Agnes's window. Yeah, you fight a fucking window in that game, but yeah, that was the highest I got with Virgil, is where I was fighting the window, and then I was like, this sucks, this is boring, It's like, yes, it's the most complex and the most in-depth and stuff like that, but just like Dark Souls, that shit is super impressive. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't like it, I'm not into it, and I don't care. But seriously, if you take anything from my video, please try out Sekiro. That game is genuinely good. There is no dodging, there is no death by 1,000 cuts. It is actually studying and learning your opponent and guarding and stuff like that, and if you fucking, I call it block breakdancing, because you're, like, trying to break their block and you do it over and over. But if you fucking do this to, like, block breakdance, you're fucking casual, and get that shit out of here. We don't take that here. But that being said, try out Sekiro. That's my Devil May Cry 4 review. I give it a try a completely different game out of 10. Because, yeah, DMC4 sucks. And I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I've come to make an announcement. That was supposed to be like that, not Ooh. I might be bald, but I'm not that bald. Anyways, I've been Scavenger. You guys have a nice one.